You died and rose again, all for me. You said it is finished. Oh, and now I sing. Now I sing. You went to Calvary, did your very best. You died and rose again, all for me. You said it is finished. Oh, now I sing. Now I sing. You went to Calvary, gave your very best. You died and rose again, all for us. You said it is finished. Oh, now I sing. Now I sing. You're welcome. You're welcome. Sister Marjorie Sands, thank you. You're welcome. Thank you for joining. Thank you for always being there. Sister Fumilola Eniola Yetubo, my aunt, you're welcome. Thank you for joining. May God bless you. Oh, now I sing. Now I sing. Oh, what a matchless love. And I am grateful for your body, grateful for your love. Jesus, I love you. Oh, what a matchless love is played. No, what a glorious sacrifice. I am grateful for your body, grateful for the blood. Jesus, I love you. You're welcome, Brother Friday. Thank you for joining. Brother Ifelua, my brother, thank you for joining. You're welcome. God bless you. Thank you for joining. More grace to you too, sir. Thank you for joining. He went to Calvary. Jesus went to Calvary and did his very best. He died for you and I. He died and rose again. He rose again. He said it is finished. Oh, and now I sing. Now let's sing. He went to Calvary, gave his very best. He died and rose again. You said it is finished. Oh, now I sing. Oh, what a matchless love displayed. Oh, what a glorious sacrifice. And I am grateful for your body, grateful for the blood. Jesus, I love you. A love your father and your mother cannot give you. A love we cannot have from friends. Matchless. ìfẹ́ tá kò lè pàtì, ìfẹ́ tá kò lè fojú tẹ́ńbẹ́lẹ̀. You're welcome, Mom. Brother Oluwaseun Oyebiyi, thank you for joining. Sister Yeti Magneticians, you're welcome. Thank you for joining. God bless you. Oh, what a mattress. Love this place. Sacrifice. Grateful for your body, for your blood. Do you even know the kind of love God is giving you? Hey, it's a Easter Monday. Do you know the kind of love God gave us? Do you know the love He has placed in us? Do you know why God came for you and I? Do you know the kind of love He has passed on us? You cannot get from your mom, you cannot get from your dad, not even your friends. A matchless love, a love we cannot set aside. It's a Easter Monday, let me not forget that. I wish every one of us happy Easter Monday, and thank God for giving us another opportunity to see each other once again, to meet here and talk here once again. I'm happy I saw you, and I'm happy you're seeing me too. If you're alone, if you're you, look like I said, I glorify God and honor be unto His name. My name remains Anikeade Wúràọlá, ará odò ará àṣẹrẹ, iṣẹ́ rí ó san ọmọ akẹsàn. Bá ṣe ń pè mí láyé, ẹ mọ̀ pé bẹ́ẹ̀ ni mo rọ́ kẹ̀kẹ́ lọ́rùn. Èmi náà ni ọmọ ìwọ́dù dúró diná. I still remain your girl, your humble girl, and I'm still on my program, Moments with Anikeade. We have every Mondays, 3 p.m. Ghana time, 4 p.m. Nigerian time. Today my topic will be on rising again. My topic will be on rising again. What do I mean by rising again? I'm not talking about Jesus rose. Yes, we know that Jesus rose yesterday, and we are going to Galilee to meet Him today. Yes, like it is in the Bible. Jesus rose again, but we can rise again. I'm talking about us rising again. When I say rising again, what do I mean? I mean that many of us have fallen, many have failed. Many of us have failed and we've fallen several times, but we look at it like it's the end of the world. No. Like I said, Jesus Christ came to die for us. From the song I just finished listening to, playing now, it says he gave His very best. There is nobody on this earth, not even the mother who gave birth to us rather, would give us such a matchless love. Ìfẹ́ tí a kò lè pàtì, ìfẹ́ tá kò lè fojú, tá kò máa fojú tẹ́ńbẹ́lẹ̀. No mother, not our mothers are trying. I'm not saying our mothers are not trying. They are really trying for children, but not the kind of love that Jesus Christ laid down for us. He looked at us and doesn't want us to perish. Then He came to this world and died for us, and again rose. We can meet Him. We can meet Him in His heavenly kingdom. He rose again. That is giving you an example of this kind of life you are into. It's giving you an example that you can fall. You may fall several times, and you are still going to rise again. You are not going to perish. You are not going to die, and it's not going to be over because you fell once or twice. Like I used to say, many of us passes through several things in our lives. We have various aspects that are dead in each of our lives. Sister Kofuorala, you're welcome. Thank you for joining. Brother Orimoloye, thank you, sir, for joining. Happy Easter Monday. Like I said, we all have a dead aspect in our lives. You may be thinking that, what do I mean? We are alive and yet I say we are dead. Yeah, I'm not saying all of us are dead, but we all do have this particular aspect in our lives that we are dead. that place, that thing we are doing keeps dying all the time, keeps falling, keeps failing, and we look at it like it is over. We look at it like there's nothing that can happen. We cannot rise again. Many of us as engaged in businesses, it's not because we are ignorant of what we are doing or we are not being careful. Many of us are so very careful of doing things, but still we fall. Still we fail. It is part of our lives. This is part of our lives. Jesus almost fell. He almost fell. He is not an ordinary being like us. Yes, he is a supernatural being. He fell, but he rose again. He almost fell and rose again. He almost gave up, just like we used to do nowadays, just like the youth of us used to do. Báwa ọ̀dọ́ ọ̀sán ṣe máa ń ṣe nìyẹn. If the moment we've tried one thing, we decide on our own and we're like, no, I can't continue like this. And several of us do have this courage. We are strong, that we try things about 2-3 times and fall, but we rise again. Now, what I'm trying to tell us here is that we have tried in all our lives to do some certain things. We've made trials like 1, 2, 3, 5, 6 times, and we keep falling. All our efforts proves abortive. But that does not make you give up on life. That does not make you give up on yourself. That does not make us stop and not rise again. Do not give up. And some of our youths of these days, we conclude in our hearts the moment you have tried about 5-6 times and say, I cannot kill myself. If I cannot beat them, maybe I should rather join them. Since I've tried and I'm not succeeding in one way or the other, I think I should better just I think I'm the worst person on earth and I should join a gang or something. Let me go and join one cultist and let me find a faster way, a faster means to make life. Your life. It is going to end your life. Jesus rose for a reason. He rose for a reason. And that reason will also make us rise again. That reason will make us rise again. We are totally wrong if we think that we are not supposed to be falling, being righteous. We are not supposed to be falling, being the child of Christ. Do not forget the Bible. Maybe we have probably forgotten or something. Somewhere in the Bible, in the book of John, chapter 16, verse 33 says, ẹ máa rí ìpọ́njú, ṣùgbọ́n ká tújú ká, òun ti ṣẹ́gun ayé. I have my Bible here, and I would like to open and read for us, like I said. The book of John, chapter 16, verse 33 says, these things I have spoken unto you, that in me ye might have peace. It only means that it is only in God, only in Jesus Christ, we can have peace. And having peace in him, in the world ye shall have tribulation. If you are in Jesus Christ, you will still face tribulations. Tribulations, disappointment. That is what your tribulations mean. Disappointment, failure in some of the things we do. We do it times upon times and we still keep failing. Jesus is not saying that we are going to be in this world with no problems at all. We are going to be in Christ with tribulation. But we should be of good courage, be strong, because we have overcome the world. He will overcome the world for us. Ó ní ká tújú ká nítorí pé òun ti ṣẹ́gun ayé. Kò láàánú rí ìpọ́njú, a máa rí. And this ìpọ́njú are the falling, the disappointments, and every other problems we all are facing in our world. A máa rí ìpọ́njú yìí, ṣùgbọ́n ká tújú ká nítorí pé kíni, torí pé ó ti ṣẹ́gun ayé. We shouldn't be looking at it like, why should I be going to church all the time? Why should I be praising God and still be facing one problems or the other? Why should I be going down? You are not as righteous as Jesus Christ. But yet, he was blasphemed. He was killed. So báwo ni tiẹ̀ ṣe wá ṣe jẹ́ that you will not face the same kind of problems? But facing these problems are not the issue. You thinking that it can never work for you again is the problem. You thinking that you're the worst person in life is the problem. Have you practically think about this, that if Jesus Christ did not die, he will not rise again? If he were to be living always, If you were to be living up till now, there's nothing like rising again. There's nothing like resurrection on the third day. But he died before he rose again. That practically tells us that if we do not face challenges in whatever we do in life, in some of the things we do in life, we are not going to rise up. It's possible. There's every possibility that we will not succeed in one particular thing we are doing. That is exactly because we did not fall. That is because we did not fail. But if we fail in life, our failure, our falling is not a joke. It's not for you to be sober and think that it is. No, you can rise again. We face different tribulations, we face different problems in life. But every one of us can rise again. We all will rise again, depending on your thought. It is part of our lives, and it doesn't make you a worse person on earth. It's a normal thing we all have to face. We all have to face it. Don't look at it like maybe those rich men or rich women do not have their challenges too. They do have. They may not be telling us what they are facing or what they are passing through. But everyone on this earth, lórí ilẹ̀ alààyè tá a wà yìí, ló ní ìṣòro kan tàbí ìkejì. Ó wá kù sí ẹ lọ́wọ́ tó bá ń rò pé bóyá wọ nìkan ìṣòro yìí ń kọjú sí. Bí gbogbo ẹ̀dẹ̀ ṣe máa tán nìyẹn. Kò rí bẹ́ẹ̀ o. If you fall today, my brother and sister, if you have a problem today, and you fall, or you have tried about 5-6 times and still you are falling, do not be scared, please. Jesus is with you. The Lord is with you. He rose for that reason. He rose for that reason. He rose so that when you die in some particular parts, some particular aspects of the things you're doing in your life, you can rise again. You can come up again. Don't be afraid. God is always with us in all challenges. So far, we are not discouraged. So far, we do not think of another thing. Brother Sahid Olaniwaju, thank you for joining. You're welcome. May God bless you. Look at Job. Job faced, that was even before Jesus came. Job faced a lot of tribulations. You can imagine a wealthy man, someone that was very, very okay, that people respected a lot and was righteous. It's not as if he wasn't even righteous. He was righteous. And in his presence, in his life, in him being alive, he was alive. Yet everything perished in his presence. Even he himself, almost, if not that he had the Spirit of God, he would have taken his own life. Just like we, the youth of nowadays, does. We think of everything so fast, and we look at it like, look, I have to. What is Ikuyajesinlo? What is Ikuyajesinlo? Are you Lord? Are you Jesus Christ? Are you God? We all make mistakes, and our mistakes might make us fall. It might make us fail. That is not the end of the world. Now, I have a Chronicles I want to talk about. It's the bicycle. We all ride the bicycle. We look at a bicycle like something as an exercise. Yes, a bicycle is more or less, it's a very good example about how this life is. It's about how our lives, this world we are, is. Look at a bicycle very well. It has pedals. It has wheels, and it's also got spokes. The wheel, the spokes, and the pedal. That pedal is used in controlling the bicycle itself. It's used to control the bicycle. If you do not press the pedal, the bicycle will not move. Now let us look at this. When the pedal is being pressed to control the wheels goes round and round. And that round and round, I use that to talk about this world we are into, because it always evolves round all the time, like we've been taught in science classes. And those spokes in it, in the wheels, are individuals inside this world. They are individuals in this life we are into. We all know that when the bicycle is going up and down, the spokes goes up and some comes down. Some goes up, some comes down. That is a physical example of what this life is all about. There are some there are some dignitaries, there are some people we know in this life that are very rich, that there are times the bicycle, when it goes, they are always up. You look at them all the time and you say, shebeyan lele, he doesn't even go to church the same way I do. Nothing lasts forever. Nothing lasts forever. You may not know. They may have problems that will bring them down, just like the spokes of the bicycle will come down later. They may have such problems that will bring them so down, and you will know about it. And some will not be said outside or be shown outside, but yet they are facing it in their lives. They are facing it and nobody knows. Sister Amokwe Oluwatosin, thank you for joining. You're welcome. Thank you for watching. God bless you. They have this so much wealth, and you look at it like, look at this person. They are so rich. But there are times that whenever the spoke goes down, they come down. All of a sudden, with something you do not even expect. And those who have their spokes down will just rise up from zero wealth to a greater wealth. A wealth you've never thought of. Use Jumoke Onibread like for an example. She was only hawking bread. That was an example of a zero wealth. And look at how the spokes turned her up all of a sudden within a twinkle of an eye. So I'm telling you that there is nothing God cannot do. And before Jumoke came to the city to sell bread, she must have tried so many other businesses, so many other things she would have been doing and were not working out. But she gave herself another chance to rise up again, not to fall again. Even if she failed while selling the bread, she still continued. We may be having one business problem with the other in our families, and you will be failing sometimes, and you look at it like it's the end of the world. No, these things are for us to be stronger. It makes us stronger. It makes us be courageous and continue in the same life. The same race, the same problems. You have your problems, I have mine. Fingers are not equal. We cannot have the same issues. We all have our different issues. And God has a way of intervening in everyone's lives. Everyone's, don't look at it like your neighbor is growing faster than you. If your neighbor gets there before you, that does not mean that your neighbor will be higher than you. You can possibly climb up all of a sudden and grow higher and faster than your neighbor. That is how this life is. It doesn't matter how many times you've fallen in your businesses, your marriage, you failed in your professional exams, you have even been jobless, or times you failed spiritually or morally, times you've tried so much passing your professional exams, like I said before. You've tried so much, you've done everything you could do, only for you to rise. About 5 to 6 times, but still, nothing is working out for you. Look, I have a good news for you. For Jesus to rise again, and we're witnessing it this year, is another chance for you to give your life to Christ, for you to have your hope in Him, for you to know that there is no other person, there is no other one in this world that can help us other than God. In case we've forgotten, there is a book in the Bible, the book of Proverbs chapter 24 verse 16, that says, for a righteous man may have fallen 7 times. For a righteous man, some other version of the Bible says, for a righteous man will fall 7 times and shall rise again. He will still stand up. He will still stand up. That is a righteous man. Ìwọ tó righteous ńkọ́? If a righteous man, if the Bible can say, if God can say that a righteous man will fall 7 times, that is someone that is so plain, olódodo, falling 7 times. But you are not even olódodo. You are not righteous. Then there's every tendency, there's every possibility you fall like 14 or 15 times. There's every possibility I fall like 10 times. But that doesn't mean that it is the end of the road. I've got to stand up again. I've got to rise again. There was a particular boy when I was still teaching years back, talking about 2009 or 2010, if I remember vividly. I think 2008 rather. This boy was in my class. He was very young. I'm talking about a boy of 7 years old or something. I wouldn't call him a dullard. I wouldn't say he's a dullard. I tried several times. Many of us that have taught before would understand what I'm saying. You know how hard it is when a teacher is teaching and a parent, or the student is not getting what you're saying right. You feel like you want to go crazy, especially African teachers. You understand what I'm saying? But I looked at him and I was like, it's not as if I'm speaking French. If I speak English to an extent and he doesn't understand, I still try to come down and speak Yoruba. Okay, maybe this will make you understand. This is this is what I'm saying. This is what I'm saying. But still, he doesn't know. He still doesn't get what I'm saying. The mother has tried. Before I got to know the parents tried. I have tried and tried and tried my best in school, but all my efforts proves abortive about him. We've done the exams several times and he's going to be the one to take the last position. Then I invited the parents over. When they came over, when I mentioned about his academic stuff to the mom, she busted into cry. She started crying. I felt so touched. I was like, madam, please calm down. To know what is going on. I called you here to know what is wrong with your son. And she told me that she has been trying since this boy has been at a year old. They've been going to school, and still she has even changed the school about 3-4 times. She's a Muslim. She was a Muslim, and I'm Celestial right from birth. I called her and sat her down. Madam, please, what have you done? What are the things you've done? She said she has changed about 3 or 4 schools for a child to be in primary 6 or 7. A child that is about 6 or 7 years old in primary 1 or was 2 then. I asked, I said, what are the things you've done? She said she has changed schools, about 4 schools for this little boy. I said, changing schools will not help. They complained and complained, and teachers were like, they gave up on him. They don't know what else to do. They've tried all their best and all that. She even told me that she got extra lesson teachers for him at home. The father also came. They explained and explained, and the father was, Africans. And the father was like, look, I don't know where the mother brought, because I was not this dumb when I was little and all that. I said, no, do not let this bring a quarrel in your family. They have tried severally. I felt so sober for this woman. I felt so hot. They were falling. She tried several times on the son, but the son keeps falling and falling and falling all the time. There was no way, there was nothing they could do again. They thought it was over. They wanted to just leave him the way he was and let him continue his life. And at a point, I was so scared to say this because the school authorities may be even angry. I had to let them know, although I didn't do what I didn't explain the intimacy between us when it got to a stage. I called the mom and said, let us pray over this child. You can pray. You're a mom. Do your part and let me do my part. Let me try my possible best on him. Let me see because it hurts me to see that a student that I'm teaching is not improving or progressing in any way. Then I started praying. I fasted. I did all I could. According to my church tenants, I did all I could. The mother did all she could. And we tried our possible best. For the whole term, he was unable to even spell boy at a time. But after the whole term's prayer, I discovered that he started with the 2-letter words. They kept promoting him in all schools he went to. Private schools some private schools in our country, how they do. It was the last position, but they still promoted him. If he was to be in a public school, I'm sure they would have repeated him about 5-6 times. But that was how we got into prayers. It's not as if the mother doesn't know how to pray before. It's not as if the father did not know how to pray. But let me just say, God only used me at that point in time for the boys to rise again. It was the time, the actual time. Daddy Osoko Pascal, sorry sir if I didn't pronounce your name well. You're welcome. Thank you for watching. God bless you. That was how his life changed. That was how he rose again. I actually didn't stay more than that year in that school. I think I left and for other greener pastures. But I heard when I talked to some of the school students on phone that he totally changed. He totally changed and things became good for him again. He rose again. The parents already gave up. That is what we do in our lives. This is a boy of 7 years. They must have started from 1 year. You can imagine how it feels when the mom goes out among the friends and they don't even want him to talk. You know what our Nigerian mothers does? She cannot take you out to her friend's place and say, what is your name? 4 or 3. That would be like a disgrace to her. Or the father too will not be able to take him to any friend's place. They don't even want him to talk in the midst of people, only for him not to get them ashamed. That is how this life is about. We go through ups and downs. We fall, we fail. We try some things and it's totally awful. And we try at another time, we rise a little bit. That makes us courageous. We want to do it again. You may try the 3rd time and also fall. You may try the 4th time and rise again. You may try the 5th time and rise again. You may try the 6th time and fall. And you will look at it like, am I not good enough in this thing? After all, so person is doing it and is very good at it. You are not so person. You are not someone else. You are you. I am me. I have my ways. I have the things God has written about me, that I will fall about 7 good times and I'm going to rise again. May have been written that you will fall 2 times and you will rise again. And some other may fall 10 times and rise again. We all are different people. But one thing I want us to know is that we are going to rise. With whatever we do, we will rise again. Whatever way you might have fallen, whatever way I might have fallen, I want us to have this at the back of our mind, that the dying of Jesus Christ and him rising again is another chance for you to rise again. It's another chance for you to come closer to your God. It's another chance for you to give him your life, for you to let him intervene in your world, in your life, in your heart. Let him be your king. Please, I urge us that we live our life to Christ and see how beautiful it is to walk in the way of God. Thank you for watching. Thank you for listening to this little piece I have to say today. May God be with us all. And I'm wishing us a happy Easter Monday again. And I hope we're having a good time at home. I remain Anikeade till we meet again next week. God loves you. Goodbye.